What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94, back at you again with more sneaker-related content, and we are back with episode 4 of Anticipation. And today, obviously, we are anticipating the return of the Adidas T-Mac 2. This specific colorway and shoe returns tomorrow, February 1st, to retailers, both online and these may be in store. A little history on this shoe. This is Tracy McGrady's second signature model. He wore these in the 2002-2003 NBA season as the small forward for the Orlando Magic. He was number 1. He was a beast. In 02-03, McGrady was up there with Kobe. His overall impact on the game, his skills, his athletic ability, he was all Orlando really had. They had a really old Patrick Ewing. Grant Hill was injured. They had other guys come through there. Sean Kemp, he was old by then. He wasn't who he was when he was with the Sonics or his first year with the Cavs. You had Mike Miller through there, but they didn't really have any real talent around T-Mac that wasn't either old and maybe a little bit past their prime or just all-out stiffs. So he was in a situation where he had to do pretty much everything. And he averaged like 32.9, I believe, in this shoe. So this shoe is indicative of his best NBA season. So it's good to see it return. Adidas has reissued the T-Mac 1 before. They've reissued the T-Mac 3. But I really believe this is the first time they've brought back the 2. Just looking at the shoe, it's got a Torsen system. It's got Adidas, and you've got Adidas branding on the back. You've got Adidas branding on the tongue. And you've got T-Mac branding by the ankle. And this is actual leather, by the way. This is really good leather. This shoe is 19 years old. According to Adidas, these were manufactured 08-02, so that's August of 2002. I feel like I got these holiday of 02. I think I bought these from Champs at Randall Park Mall. I was a fan of his. I'm a Lakers fan, so the early 2000s, we three-peated. But McGrady was one of the best players in the league. Even his first couple years with Houston. I really feel like 06, 07, when he really started sustaining a lot of injuries, that was kind of when his career kind of started to decline a little bit. But again, when he was wearing these, he was at the absolute peak. Anticipation, we usually look at the quality, the availability, and, we look at things from the OG or the older retro, the things we're going to look for on the new retro. And with Adidas basketball, I shouldn't say retro, it's Adidas, so reissue, my bad. So with Adidas, when they bring back basketball shoes that had Adidas initially, as this does, you can see it right there. A lot of times they don't include it, like with the Kobe 1s, with the Crazy 8s, which they used to be called the KB8s. The Crazy 1s were just called the Adidas, the Kobe. All those shoes had Adidas in them, but the reissues didn't. So the shoe ended up feeling different. Now, this shoe has been through a lot. Again, it's 19 years old, and I still feel like it looks pretty good. It's got, obviously, rocks in the outsole from whenever I wore this last. And just being honest, I probably haven't worn this shoe in at least 5 years. But I just don't know if regular people that aren't either sneakerheads, and I don't even really feel like this is a sneakerhead shoe. This is for older dudes like me who were either in their late teens or early 20s in the early 2000s who remember how great Tracy McGrady was without YouTube, where the Orlando Magic was coming on TNT on Thursdays or, NBC on Sunday, Well, this is 0203, so that was the first year I think that they had the NBA on ABC. So we're being technical, but remember how great he was. So I'm not really sure if people beyond my specific demographic of older dudes in the sports who buy random shoes like this, I don't know if it's really going to go over well. And availability wise, I'm not sure if this is something that will be in every Champs or every Foot Locker, because there's not a lot of info on how these are going to release. I'm sure they're going to be on Adidas.com, but if these make it to brick and mortar and you're under, let's see here, if I'm 40, we'll just say if you're under 30 in a brick and mortar, are you going to buy this shoe? And that's not me hating on it because I have the original. I don't know if I would buy this black one again because I could still wear this one, but I would get the white one. And there's supposedly a pair where one shoe is red and one shoe is blue. Now, I remember him doing that in the 04 All-Star game with the T-Mac 3. I really can't remember whether or not he did that with this pair. And, the early 2000s is kind of a blur for me. I mean, I was in my early 20s. But there was one All-Star game, I really think it was the one before this, the first time I seen him throw the ball off the backboard, catch it, and dunk it. Because I think that was the 02 All-Star game because that's when they had the World Trade Center patch on their jerseys. But tell me in the comments, are you buying this shoe? Are you going to wait it out? Now, I'll be honest, having this and having paid retail for it back in the day, I may wait these out. I don't see myself waking up tomorrow like, I need to get those T-Macs. I would like the white ones, but I think I'm going to wait for them to, kind of go on sale. These weren't more than 120 or 130 when they came out in the day. I really think they were like 110. But, if these get to be 69, 79, 99, maybe, and I just have an itch, I just need to buy a sneaker, maybe, if these hit closeout, I mean, I may double up because for him to not have been on the Lakers or even the Cavs, because I'm from Cleveland, for him to be on Orlando, a franchise that I just commonly associate with Penny and Shaq, then maybe McGrady after, and then maybe Dwight Howard after that. I really messed with McGrady when he was on Orlando because he was doing everything for them. It was Doc Rivers. That was his first coaching job, before the Celtics, before the Clippers, before the 76ers. He was coaching T-Mac in Orlando. So all of that history and the memories of watching him on TNT back in the early 2000s, when I was in my early 20s, it's worth it to revisit it and buy it again. I just don't know if I can do it at retail because I feel like I know shoes and I feel like these are probably going to go on sale. But in the comments, again, let me know what you think. Are you buying this? Would you buy these sneakers? Would you hoop in these sneakers? Tell me what you think. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you already aren't, at ShortyC94. And as always, I appreciate you guys for watching and subscribing. I'm going to keep as much content going as I can because I really want to make this place a place for people who love sneakers. And when you watch videos, I want it to feel like you're in that time. Like these are 0203. That's why it might be some random commercials or sports clips from 0203. I want to feel like I'm back in that time with these shoes because honestly, I can't speak for anybody else, but that's why I wear these shoes. Because in 10 years, if I'm 50, I'm still going to be wearing sneakers. And I'll be like, dang, I need to get the LeBron 18. You know, I want it to feel like 2020 or 2021, though I doubt I'll say I want it to feel like 2020. 2020 was rough. But, you know, I'm all about the history, especially with basketball, because basketball is one of my favorite things ever. Okay? So I appreciate you guys. Be blessed. It's Sunday. Let's have a great week. Peace.